Alrighty, so I'm over here under my banana, see my banana tree right there with bananas on it. And I am digging out some surprise, I call them surprise potatoes, sweet potatoes. Let me tell you, there they are. Now, those look pretty good, right? You're not really sure how far you are from them or what the size is, but let me tell you something. Here, small one. Yes, that's a small one. This is kind of a more medium one. And we have this guy. No camera tricks. This is real potato. I'm extremely surprised. But like I said before, a lot of my potatoes here do crazy, really good. So here's another one that's this one weighs like 5 pounds by itself. It's quite big. The biggest one so far. Oh, holy cow. All right, let me show you how big this is. Let me zoom out. Yeah, it's kind of big. So, and there's more. There's more. All those guys. This is off of one plant. One plant that just went crazy. So, another guy. Anyway, sorry for about the angle of the camera shot, but that one's kind of not great. It's got nematodes or something, got some damage. That's all right. I don't need that one. But holy cow, people. Like, what in the world? Is there more? There's gotta be probably more over here. That was only one side of the plant. I got all these to find. Those were almost more. Yeah, these I did not plant. They're kind of left in here or overwintered, if you will, and grew from roots I accidentally left in the ground from last time. Anyway, I can't do this with one hand, so I'll show you afterwards the result. But the vines have taken over my entire yard. Like, they're just everywhere. So I know the potatoes were getting big. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so that's the big one I showed you. This guy. So you can see how big they are. Here's my foot. Okay, I'm a size 11, 10 and a half, 11. Okay. These are not small potatoes. That one's bigger than my foot. Anyway, that one's longer than my foot. So these are huge. I mean, these are like large, normal size large. Like what would normally be considered a large sweet potato are these guys. The other ones are just insane. So yeah, like that one is the smallest one besides this guy. But that's like softball, a little bit smaller than softball size, but it's still pretty decent size. The rest are just outrageous. And let me show you the depth of them, the thickness of them. Yeah. So my hand for scale. They're big. Anyway, that's amazing. Not bad for not really. I never really planted. I mean, I planted them obviously at one point, but I didn't intentionally plant sweet potatoes over there. But I know these little roots, man. You don't get them all. They'll start growing again, and then you have sweet potatoes. So that's what happened. But the vines, I'll show you, went a little crazy. These are my turmeric and my tropical stuff. This is shampoo ginger. Starting to bloom. I don't know if this is a different variety, but all the varieties I've seen are red. Maybe those turn red. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's healthy. So let me show you what we did. We got celery, got mullein. Papaya I just broke off because it's getting too big. But sweet potatoes way out here. Okay. They're crawling all up in here, all over here. All over. Like this whole, and I didn't harvest it from here. There might be another one here somewhere. So I gotta look. That's next time. I don't have the energy anymore to do that. But yeah, got some cactus fruits. But see over here, they're all grown with a pumpkin. Looks pretty with a pumpkin. This is a those Seminole pumpkins, which are, these are small ones actually. Those are kind of small. The other ones I got were bigger. I found those on accident also. But it's mixed together. Another banana on this side, pretty cool. Papayas up here. Woo, a lot of papayas. So anyway, I got them from in there. Right in there on this wall. See this? That's all from that vine. And it covered like this whole area right here. That's all sweet potatoes. So there might be another one. I ripped that one out. I'm gonna see what wilts. Cause it's pretty warm. It was like, it's gonna be 90, I think almost 90 tomorrow. So they'll wilt. And then I'll see if there's any more. You know, obviously, if any don't wilt, then those are the ones I gotta go find the root from and get them out. But I ripped up, all those big ones came from right there. And they were all, let me move this stuff out of the way. They were all in this area right here. Not that big of an area. All right there. Underneath this and right here. None of them were over here. I just dug it up because I didn't want to stab any on accident with a shovel. So, and I didn't get a single one with the shovel. So that's good. Yeah. I mean, the stuff went everywhere. It's all, you can't see the light, but it's all back in my sugarcane. I mean, this stuff went nuts. I'm going to see what wilts. And then from there, once I see what wilts, if it all wilts, then I know that's it. But I'm sure that's not it. I'm sure there's more. Because I used to have sweet potatoes over here. I had them everywhere here. The first time I grew sweet potatoes, I was able to harvest like over 360 pounds of sweet potatoes from the front yard. So I don't even plant them anymore. They just come up on their own. I let them grow because the vine looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous out here. So I like it. Plus you can eat the leaves for salads or whatever. So they're pretty good. Or the tips of the stem. I think they're different because you got this one with the red leaf. And then you got this one with no red on it. So I'm thinking that one is a different one. So these all might be different. This all might be different. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to see what wilts. Tomorrow I should know. And then I'll go looking for more. Anyway, pretty cool short video. I want to show you some other stuff. I planted some Yupon holly. This is going to be used for tea. It's the only plant that's native to northern United States anyway. That has caffeine, so it's really good for tea. I'm gonna try it out. I got two of them, one there planted and one right there where that white tag is over there. So planted two of them. Hopefully they'll grow. I got some this is not sunflower. Those are can't think of the name. Sunchokes. Kind of some sunchokes, so they're growing. My sunflowers are all gone. They all went and left. That's how I know these are sunchokes, because they're still evergreen. So we'll see what they do. I'm kind of curious how they taste. I've never tasted them, so I'm gonna grow those out a little bigger, harvest a couple and see how they taste, see if I want to keep them around. But I got these kind of for emergency garden, you know, like the food shortages, people say they're coming. These are really easy to grow. There's no irrigation here. They don't get any water. So they're just left to their own devices. I have to put irrigation on this guy. That's a Yupon holly. I got to put irrigation on that guy. But there's irrigation there and there. They might get a little bit left over, but I got to put one on there. Persimmon, my persimmon tree is almost broken. Actually, one branch did break. I showed you before, but it's just loaded. It's got stupid amounts of persimmons on it. They're taking longer to ripen for some reason. Maybe because there's so many of them. There's so many. And a new addition besides the Yupon holly is this passion flower vine. Now I know it's kind of, those of you who have had passion flowers before know that they grow absolutely insane. especially around here. I'm hoping to keep it on this trellis and not let it escape. That's my goal. Anyway, we'll see. It's a very optimistic goal because it seems like they grow like a foot every day. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.